The 10th book of Euclid deals with irrationals. Today, we associate irrationals with numbers that can't be expressed as rational fractions. As an example, the square root of 2 is irrational because it can't be expressed as an integer divided by an integer. This idea was recognized in Euclid's time, but there's a more fundamental idea that we don't think about often, and that is commensurability. Book 10 has 3 parts, each with a set of definitions. The first deal with commensurability and how it relates to rationality. Given 2 numbers a and b, if a third number c measures both of them, a and b are commensurable. If no such c exists, a and b are incommensurable. Figuring out that 2 magnitudes can be incommensurable was a big deal because if you were given 2 sticks, surely you could find a short enough third stick that would measure both of them. Given 2 real sticks, yes you can because we don't deal with irrational numbers in real life, and close enough is good enough for us. Mathematically though, you sometimes can't. As an example, the diagonal on a square is incommensurable with its side. So given 2 incommensurable magnitudes, which is rational and which is irrational? First we assign one of the lengths to be rational, the other will then be irrational. Some lengths are incommensurable, but their squares are commensurable. Some have incommensurable squares as well. For example, the square root of 2 and 3 are incommensurable, but their squares are commensurable. 4 and 9, both measured by 1. But the square root of the square root of 2, or the fourth root of 2, and 3 don't have commensurable squares, square root of 2 and 9. Book 10 explores commensurability and rationality, and it turns into a confusing taxonomy on types of irrational numbers. To make it more confusing, consider this. We have a rational line whose square is commensurable with another square, but their sides are incommensurable. Euclid calls the other side rational, but commensurable in square only, even though it really isn't rational. This adds to the confusion, but we'll be careful.